Do you like it? Yeah? Help keep you warm? Okay. Hello. What's up, my YouTube people? Thanks for coming back to see just what I do today. Hope you're having a great day. Nice and sunny here today in Colorado. As you can see, we are out here with the bunnies. And Jill gets a little grouchy. As you can see, they are losing their summer coat and getting their winter coat. You see on the back of her right there. We are over here with Lola and Jill. They get a little testy with each other. But as the weather's changing, I get a little worried about them at night, getting cold. As you can see, I dumped a bunch of leaves in there for them to lay on, but they kicked them all out and chewed on them. But it's what they're supposed to do. It's alright, no big deal. See, Lola keeps chasing away Jill because Jill gets a little mean once in a while. But anyways, today I'm going to attempt making them a housing box. You know, just a little something that goes from there to there, about 20 by 20 by 16 roughly. And I'll have to make 2 of them, of course. Now, Jack's is a smaller pen, so of course his will be, a bit smaller. But, yeah, so we're going to attempt to make them some little housing boxes I could fill with grass or leaves or hay. Just something for them to get into if they get too cold at night. Because that's my only worry. Because once all that snow and white crap falls, they will go back in the house. I don't want to leave them out here. Because it gets awfully cold. And I'd worry about them too much. Even though they do have houses. They are rabbits, they are used to it. But these are domestic rabbits. They're not regular rabbits. They're not meat rabbits or anything. They're just fun little booger butt rabbits. So, today we're attempting to build some rabbit houses. Rabbit houses. Yeah, I'm gonna build you a rabbit house. So let's go build some rabbit houses. So here's the first main wall. I have it roughly set up. These are just sitting here. That's the main wall that'll be facing towards us when we're standing in front of the pen. Now I am making these to where they can move, so that way I can pull them up and clean under them. And also so summertime comes back around, I can take them out so they have more room to run around. Now, so that means I only need to make 2 walls and a roof. And plus it'll give them something to jump up on and play on, and so I need to make it sturdy enough for them little tud butts to jump up on top. But the only thing that's left to do with this wall is to nail these end pieces into place. And then I have it set up for the next set to be cut for the other wall, and then all we have to do is put the whole thing together and build a roof and then cut the door. Cut the door out. Hopefully it goes that easy, but for now, let's staple this wall into place, because I have 2 more of these to build, one slightly smaller than the other ones. So let me staple these into place, and we'll move on to the next wall. Now that we got all the wood for the next wall cut, let's go put them together. So as you can see, for this new wall, we only needed 1 rail. Darn air compressor, just as I start talking. As you see, for this wall we only need 1 rail, because we're going to pin this wall to that wall. So we don't need a double rail on both sides. You can see. You see, there's no rail on this side. So we're going to use this right here as the top. So we're going to pin this new wall to right here without knocking over the camera. Before we go nailing this wall to the other wall, I went and made a door frame. It's not perfect, but it'll do. It'll keep the wood from moving when they go to jump in and out. So later I'm just going to come in with a jigsaw and cut out right here. We're going to leave the bottom one so that way they have to jump up and in. We don't want a giant opening because then they lose all their heat. We just want a big enough opening for them to get in and out of. Now if this happens to be too small, then I'll come back and cut the bottom half off too. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens when I put it in. And I'm leaving this bottom one in so that way when I put in leaves and stuff, they can't just kick them out. They kind of stay in. Excuse me, sawdust. They kind of stay in the box. So let me whack on this wall real quick and we'll see how it's turning out. Because this is an 18 by 16 house. So there is the house so far. Now the next step to do is to build a leg for the wall right here and 2 rails off this way. And then these 3 walls are going to be utilized by what's already there. And then all we have to do is slap on a lid and we are done. So we're going to do these last 2 top pieces and a leg, and then we're going to have to womp out another one for the boys and then figure out jacks. Not quite sure what dimensions jack's going to be yet, but everybody needs one just so they can stay warm in the winter. Now this is pretty tall, but it's alright. They can still jump up here and have fun and jump down, and yes, it's not the straightest of wood, not the nicest of wood, but it's free wood, and plus they're probably going to chew on it and pee on it anyway, so you don't want to use super nice wood. Because I keep having to replace parts on their gravity feeder because they keep chewing on them. But it is what it is, it's what they do. So I'm going to stop talking, finish out these last 2 parts, and I'll show you the finished product before I go building another one. one house completely done. I got the roof on. You just watched me cut out the door. Yes, that blade was a little dull, but oh well, I got the job done. Kind of burnt the wood a little bit, kept getting a little hot, but oh well, it still cut out the hole. Worked out good. The hole fell out the knot hole. Funny. But there we go. And as I said, this side's open because I'm going to utilize the walls that are already in there. So there it is. Now I just have one more big one to do and then another small one. So this is a 16 by 19 by 17 house, which will be plenty big enough for 2 bunnies. This one is Lola's and Jill's. Now I just have to make one for Doc and Bugs, and then go over with the tape measure and figure out Jack's. But for now, I'm gonna try and whomp out Doc and Bugs real quick, get at least the 2 big ones done, and then I'll show you putting them in there, and we'll see how much they like it. So let me whomp out Bugs and Doc's 16 by 19 by 17 winter house, or cold weather house. When winter really hits, they will go back inside. But anyways, stop rambling and whomp out this other house real quick. So there they both are, the 16 by 17 by 18 rabbit cold houses, because they are going to go in the house when the winter white crap starts coming. So finally got them finished. They are exactly the same, just going to be facing on opposite directions. Like that one's the boys and that one's the girls. Jack's is gonna have to wait for another day because I'm running out of lighting at the moment. So you'll have to stay tuned for that video to see what size I make Jack's house. But for now, let's go get the pups, bring them out, and install the rabbit's new cold houses. Well, went in and got the cute little pups so they could come out and go pee-pee, play in the sun. As you can see, I got a bunch of leaves. Most of them are for the chickens. Some are going to go over in the garden to cover some things. But that is what we are going to cram, well, not cram, but put inside the rabbit cold houses. Now I got everything set up and my helpers just ditched me on the other side of the fence. Yes, the freezer camp birds are still here. Those will probably go towards the end of the month or so before it gets too much colder. I just have to gather my things to do it. Yeah. It'll be my first time, so I'm not quite sure what to think of it all. But for now, let's install these rabbit houses. Jill, leave the camera alone. Little brat. Oh, lovely snack too. Watch out. Watch out. Haha, I goosed you. So there we go. There's their installed cold weather house. Now you saw Jill was already inside. Once they all get used to it, they'll start going in when it gets cold. Just something to help keep them warm at night. Because temperature's starting to drop and I get a little worried about them out here. So this will help keep them warm. If they chew on the box, it doesn't really matter. I didn't use all the greatest of wood. I just used free wood that I already had. All the materials I used to make these houses, I already had. So that's the way it's gonna sit. You can see everybody's already checking them out. See, and I made the door just big enough for them to get into. And of course I left the bottom rail so that way they don't kick all the leaves out when they go jumping in and out, which they will. They'll eat some, they'll poop on some. But this way, when I need to clean, I can just pull it out of there That's why I didn't make it a permanent structure. I can pull it out of there, clean, put new leaves in, go from there. They'll make it their nice little cubby hole in there, just kicking around all the leaves in there. They'll make it their own, make it nice, comfy, cozy in there. Little goober right there. Say hi. Like your new house? Nice bunch of leaves in there. So yeah, that's the girls. It sits flush to the wall, flush to that wall. And then during the summer, when I go to bring them back out, I'll remove it when it gets really hot. So that way they'll have this whole stretch to lay down. But for now, we'll leave them alone with it. And they can jump up on top and play and do whatever they want to with it. And look all excited over it. Now that we got the girls installed, let's go install the boys. Munching on a leaf. Play in there. So we're over here in the boys in Doc and Bugs' pen. Close up. Leave the camera alone. We're going to install it the same exact way. So there we go, there's the boys. As you can see, they're enjoying the leaves too as a nice snack. It'll probably take them a bit longer to figure out that they can go inside it. But that's okay. That'll help keep them warm until they have to go in the house. Yeah, completely installed the same exact way, built the same way. The only difference is their door faces that way. And at the moment, both Jill and Lola are inside theirs, which is awesome. That tells me I made it big enough for them both to be comfy. They're in there checking out their new digs, digging around, eating all the leaves, having fun. So there's the boys. They're more interested in the leaves than the structure at the moment, but that's okay. They'll eventually go check it out. Let me find my little helpers wherever the heck they went. Little goobers. There's one. There's one right there. There's a honey bunny. There's a sweet honey bunny. Not quite sure what they're going to be for Halloween this year, because I have to get them bigger costumes. There's Big Bear. There's my big boy. I have to get them bigger costumes this year. Sorry, a bug was biting me. Bigger costumes this year, because they kind of grew out of them last year. Yeah, you guys got too big for them. So stay tuned to see what they're going to be for this Halloween. Who knows? Yeah, it might be dinosaurs. Might be football players. Who knows? So that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you liked watching me make the rabbits' cold houses. They are 16 by 17 by 18. Yeah, so that's going to wrap up this video. Here comes Oliver. And off they go. Where'd you go? Come back, Pup Pup. Come back, Pup Pup. Come back, Pup Pup. There they are. There's a big bear. Come my honey. Oh, it's always playtime with these two. So leave a comment down below on what you thought of my rabbit houses. And thanks for watching Just What I Do. Please subscribe, whack the like button, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you get notified every time I post. I post regularly Monday or Tuesday, Friday, and Sundays. Friday and Sundays of our trips to the mountains. So if you're curious to see what the mountains Colorado mountains look like during the winter, you might want to subscribe. And don't forget to whack the like button on all the videos you watch. And I'll catch y'all next time on Just What I Do. Did you get him? Did you get him, honey bunny? You're attacking your little brother? Yeah. Where'd the bubble go? Playing with the chickens? Yeah. Bubba! What'd you do? Find a feather? There he is. Later, taters. Cowboy. Later, honey. Yeah.